Hey, so today I am going to answer 3 frequently asked questions. Out of the list of questions I've received over the last couple of months, these 3 have really popped up, so I thought I would tackle these, and then maybe in a couple of days or next week I'll log back on and answer a few more. So the first question is, how many days a week do you need to lift weights at a minimum to lose body fat or scale weight? My answer to that would be you need to lift weights a minimum of 3 days a week, and you should be doing a combination of several compound movements like squats, bench press, pull ups, bent over rows, 3 point rows, cable rows, lunges. Just making sure you're doing all of the compound movements. You're going to burn the most calories doing those movements. You can incorporate some stuff like bicep curls, tricep extensions, ab work. Those are all isolation movements, so you're definitely going to get some benefits from them. But if your goal is to lose weight and lose body fat, you want to be using as many muscles as possible and burning as many calories as possible. So keep in mind you want to do 3 days a week at a minimum, all compound movements, maybe throw in a little isolation movements at the end of the workout, but you should be doing all of the big movements you're going to burn the most calories with at first. So the next question I have is protein recommendations. So a lot of people ask me how many grams of protein do they need to eat per pound of weight? My answer to that would be most people need to start off with 1 gram per pound. So, let's say you weigh 120 pounds, you would eat 120 grams of protein. Now, some people think that's high. Some people think that's a little bit on the low side. I think it kind of depends on your training. With my training, following Charles Poliquin with his nutrition recommendations and his protein recommendations, I would say a minimum of 1 gram per pound of weight. And depending on how much weight you have to lose and depending on your goal, that number can go up even higher. So for starters, I'd say 1 gram per pound. And 1 gram per pound would come from any form of protein you'd like, but just making sure it contains all of the essential amino acids. So that's going to come from mostly your animal proteins, some whey protein, cottage cheese, things like that. And the last question I have is, do vegetables count as carbs? So yes, vegetables are technically a carb. If your goal is just general weight loss, I really wouldn't be too concerned about those veggie carbs. If you are really trying to get lean, so let's say you're a female and you want to get under 15% body fat. If you're a male and you want to get down to 10% body fat, counting those vegetable carbs into your total carb allotment for the day can be very helpful. It'll let you, because generally if you're trying to get super lean, you're going to have a carb limit for the day, and your vegetable carbs would count towards those. But if your goal is just general health, you want to lose a little bit of weight, you don't have any goal that is really optimistic, meaning getting below 10% fat if you're a male. For a female, getting under 15% fat, in my opinion, then I don't think it matters as much. I would just pay attention to more of the carbs that you get from your starches, like rice, potatoes, oats, breads, stuff like that. But I hope that answers some of your questions. Continue to submit them to me. I will get to them as quickly as I can. I know that sometimes it takes me a while, and I'm sorry about that, but I will try to get through all of them. But those were the top 3 that I have been asked repeatedly, so I wanted to answer those. I hope you have a good day. Bye.